In the fading light of dusk, the world is a canvas of grey and ash. Smoke coils lazily from the skeletons of buildings, and the air, thick with the ghosts of yesterday's battles, hangs heavy over a landscape scarred by conflict. This is the silence after the storm, a quiet so profound it feels louder than any explosion. In this desolate expanse, every shadow tells a story of loss, every broken thing a memory of what once was whole. Here, in the heart of the aftermath, we find a lone figure, a soldier, Elias, huddled in the shallow embrace of a trench. The war has etched lines of weariness onto his young face, but in his eyes there's a flicker that refuses to be extinguished. He clutches a small silver locket, its surface worn smooth by the constant touch of his thumb. It's his anchor in this sea of destruction, a tangible piece of a world he's fighting to remember, fighting to return to. As he opens the locket, the grim reality of the battlefield begins to dissolve. The acrid smell of smoke gives way to the sweet scent of wildflowers, and the grey twilight brightens into a warm, golden afternoon. We are transported back in time to a sun-drenched meadow brimming with life. Here, a younger Elias, his uniform replaced by simple clothes, his face free from the burdens of war, is dancing. In his arms is Clara, her laughter a melody that weaves through the gentle rustle of the tall grass. They spin and twirl, their movements a celebration of pure, unadulterated joy. The world is theirs, a perfect, sunlit bubble of happiness, untouched by the shadows that loom just beyond the horizon. This is the memory he holds on to, the moment he replays in the darkest of nights. It's the promise of after, the reason he endures the now. The golden meadow shatters, and we are violently pulled back to the present. The thunder of artillery replaces the sound of laughter. Elias is no longer dancing. He is running, diving for cover as the earth erupts around him. The air is a chaotic symphony of shouts, explosions, and the relentless crackle of gunfire. His movements are sharp, desperate, a stark contrast to the carefree grace he showed in the meadow. Every breath is a fight for survival, every second an eternity. He moves through the chaos, his focus narrowed to the single, driving thought of the girl in the meadow, far away from the battlefield, in a world that moves at a different pace. Clara waits. She stands on a quiet train station platform, a place of arrivals and departures, of hellos and goodbyes. For her, it has only been a place of waiting. The station is her vigil, each passing train a fresh wave of hope and disappointment. In her hands, she holds a stack of letters, their pages thin and creased from countless readings. They are her only connection to Elias, his words a lifeline across the miles of war-torn land. She reads a passage aloud, her voice a soft murmur against the station's ambient noise. "My dearest Clara," the letter begins. "Today, I saw a field of poppies. They reminded me of the meadow, of your dress, of the way the sun catches your hair. Hold on to that image for me. Hold on to us." Each word is a testament to their bond, a fragile bridge built between two vastly different realities. While Elias fights in a world of stark, brutal violence, Clara wages her own war against uncertainty and fear. Her only weapons, the ink on these pages and the strength of her heart. The contrast is jarring, the fury of the battle, the quiet anguish of the wait. Two lives inextricably linked, yet separated by a chasm of conflict. They are two halves of a single story, each enduring their own trial, both fueled by the hope of an eventual reunion. Then, as suddenly as it began, the noise of war recedes. A new kind of silence descends upon the land, one not of tension, but of relief. The war is over. The guns have fallen silent, the smoke has cleared, and for the first time in what feels like a lifetime, the world can breathe again. Soldiers begin their long journey home, their faces a mixture of exhaustion and disbelief. Among them is Elias, his steps now pointed not towards the next battle, but towards a single destination, home. The journey is a blur of changing landscapes, the scars of war slowly giving way to familiar countryside. He walks through the streets of his hometown, a place both recognizable and irrevocably changed. Buildings he remembered as whole are now just shells, and faces he knew are gone. A cold knot of fear tightens in his chest. What if everything he fought for, the world he so desperately wanted to return to, exists only in his memory? What if the locket and the letters are all that remain? He pushes through the rubble-strewn streets, his pace quickening, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. He doesn't stop until he reaches the edge of town, where the path to their meadow begins. The meadow itself is not untouched. The war has left its mark here too, with craters dotting the landscape and the tall grass trampled and scorched in places. But amidst the ruin, life persists. Wildflowers, resilient and defiant, push their way through the broken earth, reaching for the sun. And there, standing in the middle of it all, is Clara. She looks older, her face carrying the quiet weight of the years of waiting. But it's her. Her gaze is fixed on the path, as if she has been standing there, waiting, since the day he left. Time seems to stop as their eyes meet across the altered landscape. No words are needed. He starts to run, and she runs to meet him. They collide in the center of the meadow, an embrace that says everything the letters could not. It's a reunion of two souls who have weathered the greatest of storms. He holds her tight, burying his face in her hair, breathing in the familiar scent that has been his guiding star through the darkness. She clings to him, her hands tracing the lines of his face, assuring herself that he is real, that he is home. In this embrace, surrounded by the remnants of a world torn apart, their love stands whole and unbroken. The ruins around them are not a symbol of what was lost, but a testament to what has endured. It's a quiet, powerful declaration that even in the face of the most profound destruction, hope can survive. Love can survive. Here, in their meadow, amidst the scars of war, they have found their peace, their laughter, their story, born in a sunlit dance and forged in the fires of conflict, has finally come home. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that explores the strength of the human spirit. We'll see you in the next one.